Good morning and welcome again to our subject purposive communication. If you can still remember, I told you to watch the video that I presented so that you could have an idea also on how to deliver such speech. I asked you to select a topic so that you could make your own video and apply all the learnings that you've learned from our previous discussion. Today, we will be discussing about principles of speech delivery. Well, delivery in public speaking refers to how the message is presented or communicated with the use of voice and body language. This is the reason why I also presented some situations wherein you're going to make use of your body language or the bodily actions so that you could effectively deliver your speech. An effective speech delivery maximizes the use of these components. So what are these components that I'm referring to? One is what we call voice. As all of you are already aware of, voice is the sound you make or produce with the use of your vocal organs. What are these? Your tongue, your lips, your teeth, your larynx. Whenever you speak or sing, of course, you need your voice. In public speaking, you need to consider the following aspects to ensure an effective and efficient use of voice. Another one is what we call articulation. Articulation is concerned with the use of your vocal organs, not just to produce sounds, but to produce intelligible sounds. This means that words you utter should be understandable and comprehensible to your listeners. It's very important that your listeners could understand you. Whenever you speak, you need to ask yourself if you pronounce your words correctly and you enunciate them clearly. Another is what we call modulation. Modulation has something to do with pitch, whether high or low, volume, loud or soft, and the rate, of course, whether it's fast or slow. Voice modulation allows you to change your stress or tone of voice to make it sound more interesting and arresting. Meaning to say you could captivate or you could capture the interest of your audience, that they will listen to you every time you deliver a speech or if you're going to send a message or to talk to them. To a certain degree, modulation is similar to vocal expression. You achieve this whenever you change your pitch, your volume, rate, or pace to clarify the emotional aspect of your message. Now, if you lack vocal expression, your delivery would sound monotone or robotic, which would certainly bore your listeners and put them to sleep. So therefore, your pitch, your tone, your stress should also vary, no? So that they could listen, they will listen to you, and they could have that interest. You could sustain their interest in listening to your message. On the other hand, proper vocal expression allows your audience to better understand your message. Whenever we talk or whenever we deliver our message, we could not help to move our body sometimes or make some actions. And we call this as body language. Well, I mentioned body language in our previous lesson. You get and command your listeners' attention not only with what you say or how you say it, but also with how you appear. So in public speaking, your audience do not only hear you, but also see you. How you use your body language, of course, contributes to how your message will be received and accepted by them or by your audience. When speaking in public, you need to consider body language, your own body language. And what are those elements under body language? We have your appearance. That's very important. When you come in front or to see an audience, or to appear in a crowd, you need to look good. Another is you have to have that eye contact, facial expressions, gestures, movement, and posture, which I mentioned long before. But I would like to discuss this further. When we talk about appearance refers to how you look to others. The clothes and accessories you choose to wear should be neat, of course, and appropriate to the time and place and occasion of your speech. Meaning to say, you have to suit yourself to the kind of audience that you have and the place, of course, or the venue. Your credibility as a speaker is often judged right away with how you look. So it's important that your appearance complements your speech, content, and goal. Another is what we call eye contact. Eye contact is said to be the most important body language. With your eyes, you can communicate your confidence and commitment. You need to make sure also that your eye contact covers your audience fairly in all parts of the room. Meaning to say, you could look at them left to right, center, from front, middle, or back. Establishing and maintaining eye contact with your audience throughout your speech is very vital in keeping your connection with them. Okay? Make sure you could project this and you could look at them, okay, through their eyes, because you have to maintain that eye contact to sustain their interest in listening to you. Another is what we call facial expressions. Facial expressions refer to your eye and mouth movements. They are used to communicate emotions. In public speaking, you are expected to display various facial expressions depending on your emotions with regard to what you're talking about. It is important that your facial expressions complement what you say in order to not only sound but also look, of course, sincere, trustworthy, and relatable. So you have to maintain, or you have to have also that kind of gesture and also that kind of facial expressions. Another is what we call gestures. What is this gestures all about? Gestures are the movements that you do with your hands. Sometimes we could not help it. We really move our hands when we talk, our arms and fingers. If used effectively, of course, They help clarify and illustrate your verbal message, as your listeners don't only hear you say the words, but they also see your words through your gestures. Well, some speakers who experience anxiety while speaking in public tend to fidget with anything that is available in their hands. Bury their hands in their pockets. Are you doing that? Or hide them in their bags. Repeatedly fix their hair or adjust their clothing when they are in front or talking with the audience. Okay, most of my students are doing this actually. Such gestures should be avoided as they distract your audience from your message and send a signal of your anxiety. So sometimes we have to avoid such gesture. Okay, like those things that I mentioned. Another is what we call movement. So what is this movement all about? Movement is what you do when you change your body position. This is necessary particularly when speaking to a large audience. You can move closer to the audience when you want to emphasize a certain idea, or walk to the left or right to fairly address your listeners seated in front or at the back. Moving encourages your listeners to stay alert, of course, throughout your speech. But you still need to ensure that your movements appear as natural and smooth as possible, and that you avoid ever turning your back at the audience. Okay, so you have to face them, okay, because of course you have to look at them through their eyes, whether they're listening. Okay, you are also observing them same as they are observing you. Another is what we call posture. This is the last one. And what is this posture? Posture is how you position and hold your body while speaking in front of your audience. As a speaker, it is important to have a good posture, of course. So to achieve this, you need to stand straight, but at the same time appear relaxed and not stiff. Slouching, on the other hand, would make you look unsure and apprehensive. The way you hold your body conveys how confident you are in your role as speaker. So I hope you could use these principles for you to deliver a good message in front of your audience. I'll be asking you, of course, to record again your voice, or you could also make a video wherein you may choose any topic. Okay, any topic that would apply the following principles that I have mentioned here. I would like you to apply, and I want to see in your delivery the following: your voice, okay, your articulation, modulation, the body language, okay? So make sure when you make a video, you have to look good also, because appearance is included in the body language, okay? Because appearance is one of those elements. Another is eye contact, facial expressions, gesture, movements, and posture. I know I have asked you already to make your own video last time, but this time I would like you to make another presentation or record yourself, but this time I want to see all these principles and elements, okay, in your video. Okay, I hope you've learned something again from our discussion. Thank you.